Come on, load up.
Welcome to another great, exciting episode of JJW Sports. I am your host, Will the Thrill. And along with me is my tag team partner.
Just Josh. Here we are. Um, Interesting bunch of stuff going on around everywhere. Crazy week of games. Very fun games to watch. Some not so fun, but for the most part, fun games to watch. I caught a little bit of most of them. Um, Definitely some things we didn't see coming. um, so yeah, let's get into it. Start with the NFL review. We got
Yes,
first. We're gonna go with
yes. As this
start.
episode is titled, A Crazy Week of Wildcard Games. A lot of disappointing people that happened there, too.
Yes,
So, Saturday, January 10th. Josh, is that when playoffs started? Would you say?
January 10th. Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Saturday.
Um, and I think the first game was Bears and Packers. No,
Rams
Rams and
Panthers
Panthers.
was the early game. Yes.
Okay, so let's start with that one then. That was
Yeah. Got the
Saturday's
Rams.
matchup between those teams. Yep.
Yep. The Rams going to the Panthers and pulling out the victory barely, 34-31. That was a fun game to watch.
It was.
A lot of back and forth. Um, just a It was whoever had the ball last and had the best chance was going to win that one. Yeah, we'll get to
Yeah.
that, DJ. Deadhead, we'll get to that.
But I mean, the Panthers were the home team, despite being a record under 500, but they won their division. This is why they were the home team, which slid the Rams, who had a decent record at 12-5, drop all the way down to the what, fifth seed.
I believe so. Hold on.
Well, they dropped down pretty much to where they
Yeah.
were.
Yeah.
But Stafford's late touchdown pass to Packinson lifts the Rams past them. That's what ended up happening. Like Josh said, whoever had the ball last is going to be the victor. And yeah, got to give the Panthers their credit, because I think a lot of people didn't think they would hang that tough with them.
Definitely not. Especially with young quarterback and stuff like that. Him being so young. With that, Panthers did pick up the 5th-year option on Young's contract, so he will be staying a Panther. For now.
I think that's a good choice by him, because it's like they slowly finally started building. Like in the beginning of the season, a lot of people really just assumed they're just going to get another draft pick and try to build through the draft. But the fact that they actually won so many games and ended up winning their division, I think they had no choice.
Yeah.
And Young showed that he is a good quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So they picked up the 5th-year option, which is good for him and good for the team. Keep building and let's go.
Yeah. What last name's Cooker. He had 9 receptions for the Carolina, I want to say. So it shows that he has a good target. 134 yards, and one of those were a touchdown by him. For Jake, is it Coker? Coker, Coker.
Coker.
Coker. Coke.
Yeah, it's Coker.
Coke.
Yep.
Just having a little fun. All right, carry on. So the Rams advance.
Yes.
All right, so the evening game or the afternoon game was the Bears sitting comfortably at home against the Packers. Man.
I told you with Parsons missing, the Bears would come out with the win.
And you were absolutely right.
And I didn't watch a whole lot of that game because I was playing video games, but the little bit I did catch, they weren't putting pressure on the Bears like that. They did at times, but it wasn't consistent. But I think Packers are still built. I think they'll be back in the playoffs next year. And if they keep Parsons and Diggs there,
they could do something.
With the rest of the
Diggs
team,
did play. Diggs
yes,
can say he played in a playoff game.
Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Yeah. But with them and just with the team that's there, and you added them, both of them to it, and you already saw what happened when they added Parson to it. So now you add Diggs behind him again at corner, and they're like best friends. So yeah, that's a good mix, especially if they can stay healthy.
Absolutely. Also, I do want to pinpoint Green Bay led most of this game 21-6 up until the fourth, where they scored 25-6 for the Bears' victory in this game.
And I gotta say this, hey DJ Deadhead, I told you so. I told you so because we were watching some of that. We were watching the Bears Packer game, and the Packers took the lead and stuff. And he's like, "Bears aren't winning." I'm like, "Dude, it's not over yet. The Bears are known for coming back in the second half.
Yeah, they did it most of this whole season.
They had 6 comeback wins in a row, and they were all fourth quarter
comebacks. Yep.
So, yeah, you can never count them out.
No, you can't count the Bears out. Caleb Williams also threw 24 for 48, 361 yards, 2 touchdown passes in this game. So Williams, give him a good offense, let him work, let him cook. He'll make things happen. All right.
Moving on to the next game.
Moving on. So the early game on Sunday. I'm going to kick a shout out to Skeeter Tinsley. It was his birthday and not a good one. I'm sorry, Big Dad. That's my uncle. I wanted to kick a shout out for him for the 11th. I knew after I didn't hear from him. Yeah, he was mad. The Bills and the Jaguars was a good shootout to start the day off. Yeah, but the Bills prevailed 27-24.
Good game. Watched good portion of, especially the first half. Josh Allen showed me that he was hungry in that game.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
I don't know how much of it you saw, but especially when they had some short down yardage and they were doing the tush push, whatever you want to call it, QB sneak, and that man plowed his way down, and even in the fourth, he did it again and just plowed and just carried everything with him. Showed me he wanted to win.
Yeah. Yeah, but the funny thing is that he I mean, you said it, Josh. Like he wanted it. You could tell he wanted it. The man was doing everything in his power to do so. This is Buffalo's first road playoff victory in 33 years.
So that would almost put them from the last 2 times they went to the Super Bowl back-to-back years and lost. Or no, yep. Was it just 2 years or was it more?
Wasn't it more?
It was 4 years. 4 years. 4 years straight and lost all 4. Washington, Dallas, San Fran.
I want to say San Fran was one. But the thing is that this
I
is their
forget the other one.
first road playoff game victory, first road victory in 33 years. That's some people I know's lifetime.
Yeah. Okay, so it was the Giants, the Redskins, and the Cowboys twice, back-to-back years to the Cowboys.
Okay. I knew it was somebody twice.
I thought it was Dallas twice, but I wasn't 100% sure. And it wasn't San Fran, it was the Giants. Okay.
But San Fran did
Wasn't sure because
end
around
up in
that
there a
time.
couple times. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, because around that time, San Fran was coming off young and stuff, so.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I know I picked the Jaguars. We lost. Lawrence still played his heart out.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
It was a great game. Once again, it came down to having the ball last.
Yep.
And that's why I say it was a crazy fun week of wild card, because the games were just fun, because it was, all right, who's going to have it? Who's going to pull it out? Who's going to make the mistake?
Yep. And as mistakes is what it came down to. Josh Allen actually was perfect this game. He did not throw an interception in that game. 273 yards, 1 touchdown. He rushed for 33 yards on 11 carries for 2 touchdowns.
Yes. And a lot of them, few of them yards were tush pushes, because they did quite a few of them.
But there you go. Not to rule out the Panthers. Trevor Lawrence, 207 yards, 3 touchdowns. But the 2 interceptions, I would say, is probably what hurt him.
Yes, that's what cost them in the end. Unfortunately, like
one of those interceptions happened at the end.
Like I said, mistakes. Who's going to make the mistake?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Lawrence made the mistake. And this is what I hate this about interceptions, that the quarterback always gets the blame.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's not the quarterback. Because sometimes the receiver will not catch it and let it bounce out of their hands, and the defender
and let it pop up in the air.
And the defender intercepts it, but it still goes on the QB's thing. And I don't know, it kind of sucks for a QB when that goes on your thing and it's not your fault like that.
Yep. You hit your target. It's just your target couldn't haul it in and popped it up.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Don't I look amused?
All
right. So, the 49ers came to Philadelphia, and wind was a good factor, but it didn't matter. The defending Super Bowl champs, Philadelphia Eagles, takes the big L at home. I know. 23-19. 49ers advanced to the division round. The division round. If I'm not mistaken, they're also facing their own rival,
Seahawks.
We'll get into that a little bit later. But yeah, a lot of people, 49ers fans, I think, was really like shocked when George Kittle's got injured.
Torn Achilles.
Torn Achilles. It's a shame because I do want to say I give props to the fans for not like booing or
they actually cheered him when they got him up and stuff. I respect that.
And respect, because
Yes.
we're
Yes.
known as
Definitely.
assholes sometimes, but when it's a player that's very well respected throughout the league, as a wrestling fan, a lot of us know George Kittle's as well in that department.
Yes.
Him being a big WWE fan, um, aka Penta. Penta's one of his favorite wrestlers. So yeah, that was awesome. But they still
Yes.
rallied and did it. And one thing I do like to point out and say, Christian McCaffrey is a beast. He is a beast, rushing or receiving. He is. I'm not saying it's just him alone, but that man is amazing. Um, it was a dogfight, but some things you can't control, some things you can control. The good thing is they did run the ball. The Philadelphia Eagles did run the ball. Barkley had 26 carries for 106 yards. Tough yards because his average was only 4.1. I think they should have tried to give Tank a couple more carries. He had 4 carries for 19 yards. And Jalen Hurts only ran 5 times. Didn't result in anything. Hurts passed for 168 yards, 1 touchdown. So, but here's the issue. Okay. A couple good bombs went out to one player specifically. He was targeted 7 times, only caught it 3 times for 25 yards. Devontae Smith with 8 receptions, 70 yards. Dallas Goedert, 33 yards.
And touchdown, didn't he?
Yep, and he did have the solo touchdown for the Eagles. Yeah, yeah.
Uh, and the Eagles did fire the offensive coordinator today.
Yeah, that's the biggest news. But let's go to the other end.
No,
When
no,
you
no, no,
got
no, no. I want to say something about that because I went off on it with about Dallas, and I'm going to go off about it because of the Eagles because it's only right. You
okay,
cannot expect players or teams to be good if you're changing the coaches every year. This is now the 5th year in a row of a new offensive coordinator for you guys. That is horrible. I don't care what team you're on. You cannot do that. And then some of the fans, I'm not going to say all, but a lot of the fans, and I only say this because I'm local and I hear it, are blaming Hurts and saying Hurts is garbage. But you cannot blame this man if he does not have a steady offensive coordinator and a steady offense to learn and play in. If he's
thank
learning a
you.
new offense every year, he cannot be good because he's worried about trying to learn it and he's not concentrating on what's on actually going on the field at the right thing. And I can tell you this from being a running back and stuff that had to learn new plays. It is not fun, especially when it's new every year and you
Yep.
don't get to get into a rhythm. By the time you get into the rhythm, the season's over and then, oh, wait, now I got to learn all over again. You can't expect a player to be good. Even Tom Brady said it a couple of weeks ago during the Eagles game. He said, I feel bad for Jalen Hurts because every year he has a different offensive coordinator. You cannot be great when doing that.
But it's also, put it this way. Okay, now I'm not gonna. I never like seeing someone getting fired or anything like that.
No, neither do I.
But he had big shoes to fill. Okay, and the thing is, like you said, offensive coordinators in the past 5 years, it was someone new. They all left for coaching jobs, for head coaching jobs.
Yes.
And the crazy thing is, a lot of them became successful.
Yeah. Moore's doing his thing down in New Orleans.
Yep. And the one who won the Super Bowl, offensive coordinator, Moore. He's finally got the pieces starting to shape up in New Orleans because in the late they started finally getting some wins under their belt.
Yeah, they found their groove.
And yeah.
But like I said, well, I don't care what team you're on, if I like your team or not. No team, no offense, defense, or whatever is going to be good if they're getting a new coach every year. It doesn't matter. Like I said, Dallas is doing it now. Our fourth defensive coordinator. So we're right behind you. It's like every year you guys get a new offensive and we get a new defensive. So yeah. So
that's crazy.
And I get why they did it, because his offense was not the greatest. It was not working. I get why they're making the changes, but it still sucks for him to lose his job, and it still sucks for, especially, and I'm saying Jalen Hurts, but it's the whole offense. But Jalen Hurts, they have to gonna have to
learn a whole new offense once.
And then, like I said, and then these fans are going to come out again, especially early in the year, and they're going to blame Jalen and say it's all his fault and that he's garbage. Dude, he's won you Super Bowl. Leave this man alone. He's one of your winningest quarterbacks in the NFL right now.
Yep.
Over the last few years. So leave him alone. And this is coming from somebody that's not an Eagles fan. I hate the Eagles. I hate them. But I will stick up for a player.
Yeah.
I don't care who they play for. This man, I believe if Moore didn't leave and go to New Orleans and he stayed there, I believe Jalen Hurts would be better than Mahomes.
Well, especially this season.
No. If he could keep one, especially offensive coordinator like with Moore, that they clicked so well together. And the offense clicked. If they could keep him safe 5 years, 4 out of them 5, Jalen Hurts could win MVP.
Yep. And I'm going to say this, as an Eagles fan, I'm going to say this because I do like Jalen Hurts. Okay? And as you say, he's not a bad quarterback. He's really not. When you let him loose and let him do what he needs to do, he's going to make stuff happen. But I'm going to go out and say this because people want to give, like, I'm going to put this kind of like the Donovan McNabb situation. Okay? And yes, you can hate me for saying this or you can bash on me, whatever you want to do. But the thing is, McNabb was a decent quarterback. Kind of had some similarities besides the offensive coordinator situation. That's what Jalen has. But when he left Philadelphia, he didn't have the success. Because he went to Minnesota, he went to Washington. Yes, he was bouncing around.
But it was also late in his career.
Jalen's a different breed. If he happens to sign somewhere else,
he's going to succeed.
He's going to succeed. And that is a scary thought. He ain't Carson Wentz. Jalen Hurts is more similar to Michael Vick. Sorry, I shouldn't have said McNabb. More similar to Michael Vick than he is to any other quarterback. He runs, he can catch, well, not catch, but he can run and he can throw if you actually let him. How do you think so many bombs went out to Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown so often?
McDroppy Brown?
Yeah, that's what his name became that last game. I mean, 3 receptions you were triple team and double team, but those were catches you never missed, and your mind wasn't even at the game at that point. Plus, when you got
open passes,
when you got Brock Purdy looking pretty back there, he got sacked 1 time. That's the crazy thing. There was only 2 sacks the entire game, 1 on each side. So the Lions were doing their job.
Hey.
He had 2 touchdowns. And a wide receiver had a touchdown throwing as well. Juan Jennings, 29 yards to McCaffrey for one of those TDs. And like I said, McCaffrey's a beast because he had 6 receptions for 66 yards. He also had 15 carries for 48 yards. And he had 2 touchdowns. Robinson had the late touchdown, if I'm not mistaken. No, McCaffrey had the late touchdowns, right?
I did not watch the end of the game.
Well, bottom line, 23-19. Eagles had the chance on the final drive, which is how a lot of things were going this week, except the Eagles just could not prevail. They were pretty much shut down in the entire second half by the defense of the 49ers. So kudos to you 49ers fans. Just crazy, man. Crazy world. So that covers the brutal game there, as mentioned. Let's get to Sunday night's football game, which was the Chargers against the Patriots. My, oh my. The Patriots dominated. Their defense dominated this game. Even though the score was 16-3. 16-3. Lordy Lord.
But
That's
that's a
gonna be
good thing
tough
for the Patriots because they've been scoring high because they've been scoring a lot of high scoring games. So for this to be a slugfest and they pulled it out in the playoffs versus
Yeah.
another team that's known for scoring, that's good for them. That's good coaching. That's good coaching. Comes get a coach in there.
And I do have to say though, man, Drake May, MVP candidate, 268 yards, but he led the game in rushing with 10 carries for 66 yards. Of course, through the touchdown.
I did see one of his early I saw one of
You
his
saw one of
early
his
runs,
early
and
runs?
it was like a 20-something yard run. I was like, holy! I was like, okay, I see where this game's going.
Actually, Josh, I think that run was actually longer than that.
Chargers
It was
also
37 yards. 37 yards.
It might have been. Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if it was 20
his
or 30
longest.
something.
And
either
on the
way,
other
holy
end,
shit. Yeah, that was his longest run. Yeah.
19 for 31 throwing for Justin Herbert, 159 yards. Just brutal. That Patriots defense was uncanny, man. Just rough.
And some more bad news for people. Chargers fired the offensive coordinator and the offensive line coach.
Oh,
and
that's who they blamed for that situation.
Yep. Sucks for them. I think they'll land somewhere. Just like most of the coaches, I think they'll all land places. Even if it's not in the pros, some of them will land in college.
Yep. All right. So we're going to go to yesterday, Monday, the 12th.
All right, one game left.
Excuse me. One game left, ladies and gents. The Houston Texans traveled to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and as the comment flashed earlier on the screen, you saw that no Pennsylvania teams are in it, so that tells you the result. And man, oh man, You wonder where everybody was at. They were probably still having one of their special sandwiches or something else down there because Houston spanked them all in the fourth quarter, just about 30-6. It was a game
Yeah.
up into the fourth.
I watched a little bit of the first half. Yeah, I watched a little bit of the end of the first half. When Stroud had his second fumble, and I was telling you this, and Pittsburgh got it at like the 20-yard line or whatever on the fumble recovery, and ran 7 plays and got only 4 yards.
Wow.
That Texans defense is one of the nastiest defenses I've seen in a while, because one of their leading tacklers through the whole season is a corner number 4. And when I was watching that, when the Pittsburgh got the fumble recovery, he had, I think, 3 tackles in just them 7 plays. And they were big tackles for losses and everything. So they are built different down there in Texas with that defense. But yeah, good for them, because they started out a little rough too, if you don't remember. The season started out rough.
Yes, they did. You're absolutely right.
They turned it around at the right time going into the playoffs, and they looked good in the game 1, shutting Pittsburgh down. No touchdowns allowed, just 2 field goals in the first half. Yeah. And then Stroud also had 1 interception that he threw. He had 1 touchdown, 250 yards passing. I'm not even going to try to say his first name, but Marks, the running back, 19 carries for 112 yards, 1 touchdown. And Christian Kirk, who's the big receiver down there, 8 receptions, 144 yards for 1 touchdown. So Texans just dominated either way. DK being back, 2 receptions for 42 yards. Nothing impressive. What could be Aaron Rodgers' last game, 146 yards and 1 interception, and that interception happened at the end of the game, and it was the last pass he threw of the game was an interception. So if he does decide not to come back and he decides to retire, his last pass will be an interception. And then also, with sticking with Pittsburgh, as of today, Mike Tomlin has stepped down as the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers after 19 seasons.
Yep. Yeah.
Sad, but I get it. And especially if it was his decision. Even if it wasn't his decision, I get it either way why they had to make that decision. 19 years, the last few years they barely made the playoffs or have any playoff wins in the last few years. Not a good look. Sometimes comes time for a change. 19 years. Unfortunately, it might be that time. But once again, don't like to see anybody lose their job or whatever, even if it was his decision. Still don't want to see it. Hopefully he finds something else if that's what he wants. If he did step down, he might be just tired, want to take some time off, be with his family and stuff too. So who knows? But that wraps up the review. Let's get into our divisional round picks real quick, and let's get through this quick, if we can. First, we got the Saturday 4:30 game. The Bills traveling to the Broncos. Ooh, I'm gonna go with Josh Allen and the Bills.
I'm gonna go with the Broncos for this one.
I just hope the Josh Allen I saw this week shows up again.
That's the thing. I mean, playoff Allen could be in existence, but people forgot that Bo Nix has been in the playoffs before, even though
Mhm.
they did a first round loss. But I think that also gave him a little experience. But the fact that he has someone and he's home, um, I think is a great deal. And I think him and Sutton might be able to work their magic.
We'll see. It should be a good one either way.
Yep. The 8 o'clock game. Apparently, it says it's going to be on Fox.
Yes.
49ers travel to Seattle for a division rival, round 3. This is the third time they meet. Both series are tied 1-1 between the two this season. Interesting. Interesting.
It's hard to go against San Fran, but Seattle is just so tough this year, especially at home.
I'm not going to be butthurt because, the 49ers beat the Eagles. The only reason I would say Seattle is because George Kittle is a vital piece. And I don't want to say because the backup's not there. I mean, the backups could be decent, but he ain't no George Kittle. Um, Damn, it's going to be a slobber knocker no matter how you look at it, kid. Um, Damn, because I like McCaffrey, but I think Sam Darnold finally shows up. It'll be another fourth quarter game. It'll be tough because I like Purdy too. Brock Purdy.
I'm gonna go with the home team.
Yeah, because you can't forget the home team is like a player for this team.
especially for Seattle.
That's why they're known as the 12th man on that team. Um, so that jumps us into Sunday, the 18th of January. The early game is the Texans traveling to New England.
I'm going with Patriots all the way. Even though the
Yeah.
Texans look strong, Patriots uh, just
uh,
I don't know, and I don't want the Patriots.
I'm going to say for this game, it's going to come down to the coaching between DeMarco Ryan and what's that coach's name?
Grable.
Yeah, for the Patriots.
And that's
That's what it's going
why
to come down to, and I'm going to say the Patriots with that.
and that's why I say the Patriots because of the coaching.
Yep, it's going to come down to the coaching aspect, I believe. And
Yes.
on Peacock or NBC, and by the way, the Patriots and Texans game is supposed to be at 3 o'clock on ESPN or ABC. 6:30 game. It's on NBC or Peacock. Bears hosting the Los Angeles Rams.
I'm going with the Bears at home.
I'm going with the Bears because I think the weather's going to play a great deal. Coming from sunny side of Los Angeles to the cold of Chicago, big difference. Big difference. So I'm going
And
with
that's why
the Bears.
and that's why I say Chicago at home. Um, now I wanted to say this when we were talking about San Fran. I forgot to say it because we started getting into stuff. But San Fran lost a big fan on Saturday. Um, and music lost a big person on Saturday. Bob Weir of the Grateful Dead passed away at the age of 79 of cancer. Well, complications of cancer in his lungs. So, yeah, sad day for Deadheads and big 49er, and San Francisco Giants and Warriors and stuff. Fan. So very sad day there. But he's now up there with Phil and Jerry. That's pretty much the end of the dead on of doing like really touring or being able to see him now. So I wanted to mention that because he was a big San Francisco 49er fan. Being from the area and everything.
Kudos.
So we'll move on to the NHL. Some news coming out of NHL, especially as a Lightning fan. Braden Point is week to week.
Wait, you like the Lightning?
No, not me. I said for Lightning fans.
Oh. My bad. I thought that's what you said.
No, he is out week to week. I'm not sure if he's going to make the Olympics, which sucks. They're not putting out what the actual injury is. Now going on to my team. I believe it was last night. Detroit retired number 91 for good old Sergei Fedorov. They retired his jersey. No one ever on the Detroit Red Wings will be able to wear 91 ever again. Congrats to him getting his jersey raised. I wish I could have seen that. But yeah, kudos to him. And then going on with that, we are still in. Detroit is actually still in first place. Actually tied for first with the Hurricanes. We're tied for first, but actually, I think we have a game on them. So yeah. So technically, we still have first by ourselves because we hadn't played one more game. So then we're both followed by the Lightning and the Canadians, and then you get the Islanders and the Flyers pulling up the rear with the Maple Leafs. Are your top teams in the East? So then we'll move. Hit the wrong button. West. Oh! God, Colorado is 33-4-8 now. They got some more losses in regulation, but they're still in first place. By a lot. Followed by the Stars, the Wild, Las Vegas Golden Knights, and the Edmonton Oilers. Top out your top teams there. You do got the Lightnings and the Penguins playing now, tied 0-0 at the end of the first. Columbus with the Flames up 2-0 at the end of the first. Canadians up 1-0 over the Capitals at the end of the first. Senators up 2-0 over the Canucks at the end of the first. Detroit does play later. Flyers do not play for the local teams. I know the Flyers made an extension on a defenseman's contract late last week. I just can't remember what his actual name is because it's a very hard one to pronounce. I can't remember it. But
that's all good.
That wraps up NHL. Before we move to NBA, I will run down some.
You said yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I got a couple things at least two things for MLB, and there might be more that my cousin will yell at me that I missed, but I can't keep track of everything. But Phillies did make a trade with the Pirates for right-handed pitcher Chase Sugrat. The Phillies gave up a minor leaguer outfielder or infielder, I believe. No, infielder. Sorry. So it seems like Phillies are building up a bullpen because they've been going after quite a few pitchers. In recent.
That's what it seems like they're doing this year.
Yeah. Another big one trade, which actually happened a little earlier today, is The Diamondbacks trade with the Cardinals for third baseman Nolan Arenado. He's a 9-time Golden Glove winner. And the Cardinals get Jack Martinez, who's a young, they didn't say what position in the article I read. They just said young 22-year-old. Yeah, and that's all they said. Like I said, I know there's probably other stuff I missed, but baseball, it's been so crazy. I just don't have time to follow everything.
Yeah, it's still early, so
And I know there's some other rumors with some other players, like something about Kyle Tucker nearing decision on where he wants to go. But he's a free agent. So yeah, we'll see where everybody ends up. And as the season gets closer and starts to actually like get even preseason and stuff, well, I hope Will follows it a little bit more and try and stuff because I can't watch baseball. Sorry guys, I can't. I'll keep an eye on news as much as possible, but I can't watch baseball, so I can't follow it like that.
I got us, buddy. I got us. All right, so as we are into the NBA, the Detroit Pistons still lead the East with 28-10 record, being in first place. The New York Knicks are right behind them, 25-14. The Boston Celtics are a half a game behind the Knicks at 24-15. Raptors in the 5 spot. Sixers bumped up to the 5th spot, baby. 24-17, half a game behind the Raptors for that spot. Orlando falls in the 6th spot. Now, if the playoffs started today, Cleveland, Heat, Hawks, and the Bulls would all be in the play-in game. But anything could happen. That covers up for the East. The West, let's carry over to the West side, as they said, but I'm not going to say it's the best side. Oklahoma City Thunder, still the top dogs in the West, 33-7, with an 82%. That's a high winning percentage, man. San Antonio Spurs are in second, 27-12. Denver Nuggets, 26-13. For you Anthony Edwards fans, the Timberwolves, Minnesota, 26-14. Lakers in the 5th spot, 23-14. And the Suns, 24-15. So that's it. If you're a Steph Curry fan, you are still at the bottom in the 8th seed. So you'll be technically in the play-in game, but anything could happen there in January. We still got 3 more months 4 months until we hit the playoffs. Trading deadline's February 5th, but there was some trades that did happen in the NBA.
Go ahead, you got that trade.
The Atlanta Falcons traded their all-star guard Trae Young to the Washington Capitals in exchange for C.J. McCullough and Corey Kispert.
Yeah, I can't judge that because I don't know much about them.
Well, Trae Young, the trade needed to happen. He's been the franchise they tried to build around him for most of his career. We could say that his team that could have probably made it to the finals that year, is the team that when Ben Simmons passed up a dunk to Matisse Thybulle for the flush and the foul, which he ended up missing anyway. So that was that team. But yeah, Young is a former All-Star. Now he is with the Capitals. And his defense has been questionable because the team has actually been winning when he hasn't been playing since he got hurt early on. They actually have been winning. When they came back, they started slumping. So, with this trade, hopefully CJ McCollum, Corey Kispert, and CJ is a hell of a shooter. He is a longtime vet who's been around in the league for a while. So, hopefully that helps out. Thursday on the 8th of January, the Pacers signed Tony Bradley, who used to be a former 76er, to a 10-day contract to play for them. And that's technically all I have right now in the world of the NBA during transactional things. For you Anthony Davis fans out there who liked him, he is after a second opinion with a specialist because he injured his hand again. It will not require surgery, but it will be reevaluated in 6 weeks. So that's what I have for the NBA.
Well, NBA also Kings guard Dennis Snyder suspended 3
Schneider.
games. You whatever. 3 games for trying to hit another player in the hallway after the game. He went after the game and went out of the locker room and tried finding whoever the other player was trying to pretty much fight him in the hall.
My Lord.
Stupid on his side, bad. You just made yourself look like an idiot. It's one thing in the heat of the battle, when on the court and you start pushing each other and you get angry. That's part of the game. It does happen. But you don't go seeking them out after the game, especially as a pro in the NBA or any league. But come on.
No.
But that definitely wraps up the NBA stuff. There is some WNBA news. No, they have not come to an agreement, but they did agree to extend talks and put free agency on hold because free agency was supposed to start either this week or next week. Still doesn't look good. It's a shame. I hope they figure this out. And I know I don't want to keep beating it, but they deserve the money they're asking for. But no, neither side wants to bend right now, and I don't. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, they figure it out this time before. They didn't say how long this extension was. They just said an extension. Hopefully, they figure it out before this one runs out and it becomes a lockout, a strike. The league can't take that kind of hit.
No, they cannot.
The brand cannot take that hit. The sponsorships, it will hurt them so bad. The league and players. So we'll see what happens. I know Unrivaled started, which is only a 2-week thing, which started last week. So either this week or next week, it's done. So, I know some players play that, and I know there is the Plan 8 league that is supposed to be that's getting built, put together, or whatever. Not sure when that'll officially start. But that might be another option down the line. But still, we gotta get these women their money, pay them.
You got it, Josh.
That's just my feeling, and it's not even just in the WNBA. Just women in sports in general should be paid better than what they do. I know I know this is a little late because we moved on, but I believe that's for you.
We don't care about Curry. Yeah, but some people do.
This one's for you too.
Hater. Haters gonna hate. I just appreciate.
Well, I did them backwards. She said LeBron first, then she called you a hater, and then she said we don't care about Curry. I put him up backwards though.
Oh, that's okay. I'm just pointing out the facts. Some people do care about Seth Curry. Steph Curry. I keep calling him his brother when I mean that one. But it's all good. I'm all about Tyrese Maxey anyway now. Yeah.
But getting back to pay, and it doesn't even just go for women. It goes for even the men. Like men in certain sports don't get paid, or the sports should get paid more. But definitely the WNBA after the last couple years with the turnaround they've had in the growth they've had, they need to do something to show the appreciation to these players. Like we said before, when your players are making $60K a year, guess what? That's what people make working retail. There's people working, managers and stuff in retail making more than that. So I believe they definitely need to get paid more. So we'll see what happens with that. I hope it works out, especially because they don't need this. The lockout, I believe, would damage them almost beyond being able to recover. So we'll see how that goes.
Absolutely right. Absolutely. Well, on that note, I don't want him to know that. That's just I think
Oh no. Oh no, stop in the chat. Don't get her started, deadhead. Did you see what he put?
Oh, he's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. He does cry. He cried his whole career. And yes, women's basketball in college is heating up. We got tournaments and all that good jazz. Yeah, see, so I can't say something nice.
Hey, leave my accent alone. I can't help where I grew up.
Forget about it.
Did you see what she put?
Straight out of Delco.
Well, that was that's deadhead putting that, but she said, "Please excuse Josh. His Delco accent always gets in the way."
Yeah, I got that.
No, like leave my accent alone. It's the way I talk. I can't help it.
Yeah, forget about it. Like, hey, forget about it. There you go.
We ain't gonna go
You know
there.
what I'm saying? We just forget about it. Keep it going.
We ain't gonna go there.
Yeah, we ain't going to go there, so we ain't gotta go there. It ain't a thing but a chicken wing. Oh, Sookie Nookie, quack quack.
Those O's. My O's.
Those O's.
Leave my O's alone.
Oh,
dude. No.
X's and O's.
Don't leave my O's alone. I can't help it. I'm Delco.
Straight out of Delco.
Oh, God.
Sugar ducket quack quack, man.
No Booker T, man.
You caught that. I was waiting to see if you were going to say
Don't
that.
run. I called that. Come on, man. The five time. Yeah. You ain't getting Booker T past me. Come on now.
Oh man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for joining us, hanging out with us on our JJW Sports Chat with this crazy week of wild card games. It definitely was crazy. Let's see if next week's even crazier.
And as always,
don't forget to
like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell so you know when we go live, which is every Tuesday at 7 p.m. But like the stream. The more likes,
oh dude, I got
especially while we're live. I know it's a little towards the end of the show, but next on the future weeks, hit the like during the show. The more likes, the higher it goes up. The more YouTube pushes it to the front to push it to people. The more eyes on us, the better. The more we grow, the more fun we have.
Yes. Thank you all.
So with that, once again, I'm just Josh, and we want to thank you for coming and hanging out with us.
I'm Will the Thrill.
And we'll catch you on the next one.
And thank you.
Peace.
Yay.